Welcome back to The Buzz on 82. I am sitting here with Michelle Manning-Kogler, who is a spiritual healer, an alternative healthcare practitioner, and the author of an untitled forthcoming book about quantum healing codes.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. So what are quantum healing codes?
Quantum healing codes are actually an amalgamation of all of my work that I've done up to this point. I used to teach spiritual response therapy, which was kind of the core of, you know, all the different modalities and things that I did, and I got really frustrated in some ways because it didn't feel like things were clearing and staying cleared. And I also
when you talk about clearing, some people don't even know what clearing is.
You're right. I sure bring that part up.
I do, because I'm holding my pendulum, which we'll talk about, which I got from you.
Much later.
Yes.
Clearing is removing patterns and programs and negativity, things that are just holding you back, keeping you stuck, that keep you from reaching your goals or, you know, your perfect health, whatever you want in life. And all of us have them. So what these codes do, it's a three-part system. It's connecting within, getting in touch with that, what I call divine core center, and then a very specific set of statements that gets rid of it out of your physical body and your energy bodies and, you know, all the proteins and environments and anyway, whole set of statements. And then we begin replacing all those negative programs and feelings and emotions with what you really want and the positive stuff that supports you and helps you grow.
So here's my really silly analogy. It's like going from a PC to a Mac. It's like getting rid of all the viruses and letting life flow, because life is so much better when you have a Mac than a PC. But it's you're reloading the programs that you want as opposed to
correct.
And
it's a really simple, efficient way to evolve personally, spiritually, professionally. You can use it in your businesses, you can use it in your personal life, you can use it with other people. I call it a spiritual technology, and it's really
okay.
good.
So what happened? Your office is in the back of Corky Woods,
yes,
which is a green department store in Basalt.
Yes. Yes,
My favorite place on the planet.
Yeah.
And so I went in, and you did the other day. I had a bioenergetic energy reading. So you did a full body scan of everything that was from my emotional, my hormones, my and we found out that I have parasites living inside me.
We all have parasites. We all have parasites. Yours were just slightly out of balance.
Slightly out of balance.
They were running you.
Right.
Yes.
And we did one of the quantum code clearing statements.
Which really isn't part of the bioenergetic testing, but it's a separate modality that I do, but keep going.
Because it came up.
Because it came up.
But the reason I'm just going to babble all of this out is because what happened when I was driving up here, I was thinking, a friend of mine said, I was like, well, what do I ask? Because I believe, you know, I'm a believer, you know. So he said, well, you know, what about us skeptics? How do we know this is legitimate? And and the rest. But what I was thinking, and I want you to tell your story because I think it's really fantastic.
Okay.
But this is what I was thinking on the drive up here. So tell me if I'm wrong or right here.
Tell me what you're thinking.
That so many of us don't know how our car operates. We don't care. We don't lift the engine. You know, we don't want to know. We don't know what's going on in our bank accounts.
And we don't want to know.
And we don't want to know. So we go to the banker, and when then we have overdrafts on our ATM, we're like, what the heck? It's grassroots. You know, or we are like, can you fix this, to the mechanic? And we do the same thing with our doctors.
Yes.
And what you do, and you don't, and not all spiritual healers or alternative healthcare practitioners do, is what you do is so different. And this is what kind of like Jillian is because your life is a mosaic as well.
Yes.
But what you do is you empower your clients or your patients or whatever I am to take the healing into my own hands.
Right.
You know, you're like, this is what you can do.
Right. Well, and I think that our society in general, from time immemorial, has really disempowered us to begin with. We don't know how to take care of ourselves. We don't know what foods really empower us. We're beginning to more and more.
We don't even know where our heart and our liver and our spleen are.
A lot of people don't,
I know.
unfortunately. And so, and I think this is the part that I didn't mention with my other work, is I got frustrated because it felt like I was doing stuff for people.
Exactly.
And, you know, I'm the master and you're not. And I don't want to be somebody's guru. That's not my deal. I want people to be empowered so that they feel freed, so that they can do what they want to do in life at any given time, and they don't have to call me up at midnight and say, Michelle, you know, this really sucks. What's going on? It's like, call me in the morning. Please. I love you dearly, but call me in the morning.
Right.
That has happened.
Yeah, no. And I love that approach. When you had told me that, it really shifted something inside me.
It's about empowerment. And the systems, the new paradigm that we're moving into is really about empowerment. It's about being personally conscious of what we want in our lives and how to get there and co-creatively doing it.
Right. And in that notion of co-creating, we as in there's 7 billion people, as I said, and I found my twin, and there's 7 billion different ways, and it's nobody's business other than your own how you want to take care of yourself.
Exactly.
And I think that's what you really stress too. This is your life.
Well, and each one of those 7 billion people on this planet are absolutely unique. Not one of us is exactly the same. And
we're like snowflakes.
We're like snowflakes. And because of that, there's not one specific prescription of how to take care of yourself. So giving you specific tools, and you can ask for what you need and pull this and do this. And
believe it if you need it. If you don't, just pass it on.
Exactly. And
Jerry Garcia.
Well,
actually,
the cool thing is, well, actually, and if you don't believe it, it doesn't matter because it still works.
Like my pendulum.
Oh, we're back to the pendulum.
I love my pendulum. I love my pendulum. But look, show me yes.
Yep.
And look at that, everybody.
I know, she's really good.
Show me no.
This pendulum jumped off of my desk, almost literally, and into her hands, and it was like, take me home.
That's right. Very much take me home in all of this. So if we want to come and see you,
yes,
as you said, this is so interesting that you don't even have to, I don't have to sit in front of you.
No, no, actually, and people who are not, physically present, thank you. People who are not physically present can send me a hair and saliva sample and also a picture, and I put it on my little machine, and using the power of quantum physics, and I hear people go, quantum physics, because that's really been overused, but truly using quantum physics, I can actually identify the same stressors that we did with you.
So in a way, and I'm not mocking, but
okay.
but I do have both
ahead.
sides, because I did call a friend and I said, send it, and it was sort of like, the witch doctor, with the scientist.
Yes.
And there's truth in both sides.
There is.
And you know what, this is just me on my platform, like I'm just sick and tired of both sides telling me what to do. And what you're saying is there's a place in the middle where it all meets.
It all does meet. And there isn't one right answer or wrong answer. We can take pieces here and weave them together so that we get the perfect answer for ourselves. And I think that's probably the basis of my whole practice is there's not any wrong answers. It's what's unique for you.
And we only have 2 minutes, Michelle, but I want to say 2 things. I want everyone to know where to find you.
I'm at Corky Woods in the Willett Center in Basalt.
And your website is?
MichelleManning-Kogler.com.
MichelleManning-Kogler.com.
Yes.
And the other thing is what I find so unique in your story, which we didn't get to, because you were debilitated from rheumatoid arthritis, and you were raised Mormon.
Yes.
And so this was not something like, let's go out and find alternative healing.
Oh, no. It wasn't even available in the 80s when I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I really had no place to go.
And so the breaking with you being able to just take the power and saying it's okay for me to be and to heal, that's
hard.
courage and that's strength, and that is testimony to me as to why all of this, I don't want to say all this works, but why it's important that we all make our own decisions, and there are 7 billion people on the planet, and we're all unique.
And I shared my story with you briefly, and had I listened to traditional medicine, I would probably not be here today.
Right.
So,
Well,
or I certainly wouldn't be vertical. So,
well, I'm so glad that you're here
Yeah.
with me today.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that I met you. And
I'm so glad I
when
met you
there's
too.
more time for us to sit and talk, we're gonna come back. We'll do clearing. We're gonna talk about my pendulum. But in the meantime, thank you for tuning into the Buzz on 82. Has it been a great show? Yes, as a circle. Swear I'm not doing that. Thanks for tuning into the Buzz on 82. Remember, spread the word and spread the love. Thanks. Thank you.